Okay, this is the first video of on my new Logitech C615 webcam, and my initial impression is not particularly favorable. Seems very crude and overly simple. But I'll muck around with it before I decide. And okay, I guess I just should start talking a bit about what I plan to do with this widget. And I plan to start a YouTube channel. Just to comment on, things I've been thinking about for quite a while. Things that have been bothering me. Things that I might want to write about. At the present time, it's the election of Donald Trump and the shit show that has resulted from it. Yeah, it's quite pretty amazing. It's obviously much more than just your average election where everybody kind of goes home, bitches a bit, swears at the incumbent or the incumbent to be, and then just goes back to their lives. The left has been in power in the States for 8 years under Obama, and they're pretty much getting their way, and they're pretty dominant in the culture as well. Hollywood, the left, Hollywood sucks up to the political left. They're, pretty buddy-buddy with them, and, they don't know what to do. They just hit them out of the blue, and it's not like they're going to cry and go home. They're going to cry and smash things, and they're going to cry and then get nasty like the left always does. Politics is a religion. It's not just disagreeing with them. You're attacking them at the level of their identity when you do that, when you disagree with them. It's not just, a polite disagreement, and we'll just, be buddies after that. You're like hitting them right at their core, because it's sort of like, attacking someone's religion, and they don't take that very well. You're the devil if you do it, and they're going to treat you like the devil. They're going to demonize you, and they're going to try to destroy you, because that's what that kind of polarized mentality, that's how it works. And so, yeah, the next 4 years, they're going to do everything they can to thwart Trump from everything. They'll just oppose everything he does. They'll even if it agrees with what they say they believe in, they will oppose it anyway. They will find a way to twist it and claim that, well, it's not really what I wanted. It's that, they'll find a way. They'll find some rationalization, or they'll just say, well, it's just a ploy. It's just, he's just doing that to confuse us. They'll find a way. They're just amazing at finding rationalizations for doing what they're going to do anyway. They'll do what they're going to do anyway, and come up with the rationalization as they go along. I find that most of these people, they'll just pull things out of thin air, and just pull stuff out of their ass, make it up on the spot to win the argument and to defeat you. They really have little respect for the truth, because in their mind they have the higher truth, and the higher truth justifies lies in the present. We have to lie and cheat and deceive in order to get the higher truth, because these horrible opponents on the right, you know, they're just, if it wasn't for them, the world would be a beautiful place. So we're justified in treating them badly and in lying about them and lying to them and manipulating them and doing whatever it takes to win, because once we get the big win, the big wonderful win, once we get everything we want and get total control, then we will arrange things, you know, and it will be beautiful and wonderful because we're wonderful people. It's good. It's a kind of narcissism. It's kind of a political narcissism that simply, you know, it goes back to the boomers, this narcissistic generation. The left got a hold of the boomers and sort of weaponized their narcissism and connected it to politics. So a narcissistic person thinks that anything they think is wonderful just because they think it. You know, there's not really a lot of objectivity to to the way their mind works. It's not very objective. It's kind of subjective. They can seem to be objective, but everything comes back to them. Everything comes back to their being these wonderful people, and so anything that they say and want, you know, is wonderful because they say it and want it. So if you oppose them, you're not just, it's not a polite disagreement. You are sticking a stiletto in their heart, and it hurts. I mean, you're kind of injuring them at a deep level because you're saying that essentially not just what they're saying is factually wrong, but they're bad people for saying it, you know, that they take it very personally. The personal really is political to them because that's the way the narcissist thinks, and that's the way narcissistic politics work. Every disagreement is a personal attack. That's why they're just so, you know, there's just such bile comes out of them when you poke them, when you disagree with them. It's not, you know, well, of course not all of them. Some of them are reasonable, but a lot of them are not. Then a lot of them are just, you've attacked their God, you've attacked their religion, and you have to pay. And you're evil for doing so, and you have to be crushed. That's the way their mind works. So, you know, all these SJWs, these social justice warriors, it's why you can't pin them down on anything, because the truth is what they feel the truth to be. That's how the political narcissist operates. And if they suddenly change their mind, do a 180, and all of a sudden you think, well, what? They're saying one thing, and now they're saying the opposite. That's just as true to them as it was before, because they say it. You know, you're not dealing with someone who references the external world and reality. It all comes from inside of them, and it goes back to them. So yeah, it's how do you fight something like that? You know, how do you fight something like that? How do you fight someone you can't reason with? I really don't know. We're gonna have to figure that out, because they're training the next generation. You know, the social justice warriors are the next generation who are trained by the radicals, who were, you know, radicalized, you know, maybe in some cases several decades ago, or the second generation of academic radicals. And they're basically training these people to be political operatives, and there's tens, hundreds of thousands of them now, and you know, it's not going to be much fun the next 4 years. It's going to be constant, and these people are just going to be coming at you. Not just conservatives, but the sensible liberals and the you know, the leftists who are not insane. The more reasonable leftists that started calling themselves all leftists now, which is fine. Yeah, I'm sort of following them on Facebook just to see how it plays out, because I knew when political correctness, it was going to be defeated. It would have to be defeated by people in the liberals, people on the left, and liberals. It would be the ones that just just couldn't take the lunacy anymore and realized that if they didn't do something, then these crazy SJWs were going to destroy the left totally and engender a huge far-right backlash, like far-right, like nasty shit. And they're right. So I'm like, even though I'm a conservative, I'm kind of, I'm optimistic. I'm glad to see these liberals and leftists, sensible ones, starting to just throw down against these people, just to start going after them. And I'm on their side. It's kind of I'm supporting them, even though I disagree with a lot of what they say. They're still, they still believe in democracy and free speech, and anybody who believes in democracy and free speech, then that's the stage in which a sensible, free, liberal society operates. We've got to work things out, talk things out, have our elections, respect the results, and that's the way to run a sensible society, and that's the way to mediate disputes in a sensible society. So in a sense, even though I'm not a leftist or a liberal, as long as they respect free speech and democracy and the way the system works, the political system, and then then I'll support them. I'll cooperate with them in fighting the SJWs. I welcome them, because conservatives, we've been so demonized in the culture that people don't really take us seriously or respect us. It's just like, oh, they're just conservative, who cares? But when people from the left and liberals start stepping up and saying, enough is enough, then a lot of people, maybe who are borderline or confused, will say, okay, well, it's not those crazy conservatives who are fighting the SJWs and PC hordes, it's people on my side. That's a good thing. So, yeah, welcome to the fight. Welcome to the battle. Okay, well, kind of running out of things to say, so I'll just hit the stop button here, and hope to talk to you in the near future. See ya.